Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have a short group tonight, but we do have a quorum. So, with that in mind, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the February 13th, 2020 Township Board meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the February 13th, 2020 board meeting.
I'll
As
second.
It's been moved, supported. Any discussion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed, carried. Thank you. Manistee Township Planning Commission meeting minutes from February 5th. As in your packet. Guy, do you have anything to add?
No.
Okay.
Not on those minutes. No.
You'll
I'll talk about
hit
it
on it in your
on the
report.
plan, on last night's planning commission.
Okay. You had, the minutes are not available from the February 4th, 2020 appeals meeting. You want to touch on that as well as when you give your report?
Well, I did last month. That was an appeal for a homeowner down here on the river
Was that the same one?
whose house is flooded.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We just don't have the minutes yet.
We won't have minutes until they meet again to sign them.
What do you got there?
Treasurer's report, skipped over it.
Oh. You received a copy of your treasurer's report. Any discussion? Any thoughts? If not, place it in the file, unless you have a question.
Gaining money.
Just keeping me alive. Okay? Anyone with anything to bring before the board at this time? If not, Commissioner Dodds is absent. We even changed the date, he still can't make it. Guy, anything going on in your office?
Yeah. In zoning, there were no new complaints. I'm trying to get a hold of the sheriff to issue a citation, since I've never filled out a citation form before, a ticket, basically. I should ask you to help me.
I can show you.
Show me, yeah, I'll
Can't
sign
do
it.
it.
For the
Junkyard?
No, the junkyard's being taken care of.
Oh, okay.
By DEQ or DNR. This is the burned house on the
Oh, yes.
road.
Yeah.
It hasn't been cleaned up since it burned last year. There were 4 land use permits issued during the month, 7 construction permits.
How many?
7.
Thank you.
We've been busy. Karen is handling all the construction work. I'm busy with PUDs for the Little River Band and special land use permits for the assisted living complex. I've been working with county planning on creating new applications for the PUD, for PUDs in the township and for special land use permits in the township. So that it's a one-page, basically
Copyright.
procedure
Right.
with a checklist on it, so you can just go checking off the list to see if we have received all the proper information. Also working with them to get the revised zoning map after the amendment to the zoning ordinance from December, I think it was. They produced a small one that I believe is correct, and so they're producing a large one so that you and the clerk, the supervisor and the clerk can sign it, make it official. At last night's planning commission meeting, we had a public hearing prior to the meeting regarding the assisted living complex out on Kemmer and 31 corner. Planning Commission, after they closed the public hearing, approved the special land use permit with conditions. Those conditions were basically road access to the front lots, the lots that front US 31, and screening around the assisted living complex. Richard's already, and then they directed the township attorney to write up that document, that permit. And he's already sent me a draft, so he's on top of it. The other thing that was brought up last night was short-term rentals are coming up again. I've been visited several times by people along Lake Shore, our Lake Shore. They're worried about short-term rental activities again this summer, and the noise and the trash and the neighbors that they don't know. So at the Planning Commission meeting last night, I told them that I would pull back out the ordinance that we wrote a couple of years ago that failed to gain support at the Planning Commission so that they could reconsider it. Filer Township just passed one this month or last month. So, and the one we wrote is probably carbon copy of the Filer one, except for maybe the numbering system. Richard works for them as well. But anyhow, I've already pulled it out and made copies for the planning commissions. Next week I'll distribute those to them. And what was the last thing? The county planning office was there, and they brought the existing conditions for the master plan work process that they're working on. And that public input meeting is next week, Wednesday evening, here at the Township Hall. From, what was it, 5:30 till 8 maybe?
5:30 till 8.
Yeah. That's enough.
Any questions for Guy? I know you guys have been awful busy. Well, everybody has. Thank you. Sam, anything going on across the street? See a lot of activity over there.
Just a few things that have been going on. For the month of February, we had a total of 35 activities. We had a total of 2 fire-related runs. We had 27 medical runs. Between station training and the meeting that we have once a month, there was about 6 of those. Per fiscal year, that brings us up for just fire and medical hours is 677 hours is what we've had in actual complaint calls. Officers had about 58 hours for the month, and we've had a total of 84 complaint hours. Apparatuses 131 replacement is on schedule, still looking at mid-July to mid-August. 134 and 137, the DOT inspections have been completed. 133, our portion of the revenue sharing grant for the lights is in process of being proceeding with the installation of the inverter and then the breaker box. Revenue sharing's cost is what will replace those fixtures. At the station in the connexes, the FTC hookup has been installed, and they're in the process of putting the high rise with the sprinkler system. The door locks have been replaced, which is nice. So
Yeah.
you just got to remember to hit the 2 together. Equipment, we did receive the 50/50 grant, the DNR grant, and we're waiting on to get the 3 quotes. And that should be about 4 sets of PPE turnout gear that we'll be able to get. The AFG grant with City and Fire. Diane, we want to thank you very much for the time that you put in on working on that. It's been very helpful to us, so thank you. Revenue sharing new grants. the association's doing together to put in for the PPE for the students in the graduate or in the academy, fire academy. Personnel, we currently have 24 personnel rostered, and out of 21 certified firefighters, 10 of which can go interior, and 10 medical personnel. We have 3 probationary firefighters, and 2 of them are in the academy. 1 new applicant is interested in joining. We're going to hold off another month. Her name is Jade Bowray. She was in the Marines. She currently has her EMR certification, and she went through that with Shelby. She's looking at going and doing a firefighter academy at West Shore to get her certification. She doesn't want to wait, another 2 winters to be able to go through this one. We would like to have Jim Henderson fill the medical lieutenant's position. Jim does have the necessary skills to fill this position. And he's been taking lead on bringing the rig and our medical stuff up to speed within the station. So we'd like that to go to the board tonight if possible.
That's an additional position, right?
It's a position that's there, it's not created. It's been vacant since Joe Wells has moved up.
And what's the title of the position again?
He'd be a lieutenant. Lieutenant is the EMS.
Medical something? No, you said medical something.
He's the medical side of the as far as the medical runs go. He is the lieutenant in charge of all the medical requirements, such as the licensing, all the equipment that's on 135R. He's responsible for all that stuff. It's been a position that has been, nobody's been doing it.
Yeah.
And we've been falling further and further behind. Since Jim's been with us, the state reporting system that is there, every time we go on a run, we have to fill out a report in the state system. It's Image Training Lead is the name of it. Jim was able to get that system up and running, and he got all of our medical responders licenses to be able to get in there to log, to be in compliance with the state requirements. That has been huge work in progress. Jim has also gone and inventoried and gone through all the state inspection stuff on 135R that is required as inspection. We kept getting notes that stuff was expiring. Jim has been able to help us get that back into compliance. So he's been an asset, and we hope to see him move elsewhere in the
He's
future.
very, very dedicated, very dedicated.
So this would be the lieutenant's position that's been vacant since Joe went from
Yes, ma'am.
lieutenant to
Join to the assistant chief.
assistant chief. So yes, it's an existing position. I've not heard it referred to as the medical lieutenant before.
We called it the EMS lieutenant position.
It's just a lieutenant
It
position.
just says
It's a
lieutenant on my
generic
paper.
lieutenant position, you guys can call it whatever you want, but.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just,
You know what I'm
it's just
saying?
that second lieutenant.
Because at one time you asked for a second lieutenant, for 2 lieutenants.
No, we asked for a second captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not that. But you're
Exactly.
requesting, you only want to fill that existing
Yep.
lieutenant's position.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
So we'll have Forbes as the fire lieutenant, and then Henderson will be the EMS lieutenant,
Okay.
out of the 2 lieutenants' positions. Moving on, in the training, we continue to do truck checks. We did SCBA skills, and then we did some drills. We did our complete bottle depletion through the obstacle course that we did. Last Monday, we were going to go to the city fire, and we are going to do some SCBA drills with them, except some things got changed around, and we didn't make up going, so hopefully we'll make that up.
They had a run, didn't they, about the time you guys were going to go?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they have a nice system that's set up. It's a scenario of the firefighter falls through a basement floor, and they have per code an opening out of we have a wall that's built in the top of the city fire station that mimics the basement window. And what you have to do is to get fully PPE with your SCV and everything in there, through and out the window, and to get out. So, I mean, it's a real life scenario, and you can attest, a basement fire is probably one of the most dangerous ones that you'll have. So it's a good scenario, and we're trying to get everybody over there to go through that. So we're continually working on the SCBA drills and skills. We also covered ice water rescue as far as what the medical responder would go up against, such as cold water survival and things like that. The accountability system, we've been beating that, and our guys have really been using the county-wide accountability system that we did. We just took possession of that 2 days ago, and all but 2 boards have been handed out. Everybody in this general area is on board, and they are in play now. So we'll have, that system is in effect as we speak now, which has been huge as far as making progress. The firefighter 1 and 2 class, Ben Mott and Jim Shalo are attending, and they're about third of the way through. So Ben's doing outstanding. Jim,
That's quite a commitment.
What's that?
That's quite a commitment.
It is. Administration for the February, Dave Cook, he had 12 hours of calls. That's the most that we had from one person. Followed by Gordon Grant with 10 calls, Dan Lieski, myself with 9 calls, and Jim Henderson with 5 calls. February fire calls, it was myself and Dave Pete. That was the 2.5 hours that we had. Position descriptions for the officers and firefighters are about 80% complete. We met with West Shore College the other day, and they're going to have some more medical training, and they're looking at doing an EMT class for the fall. Well, that's all we got, and
That's it?
that's it. We would like to thank the board for all your help and assistance that you've given us, especially with the door locks
Yeah.
and the AFG grant. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, and make sure you extend our thanks to all the personnel across the street.
We will.
Questions
If we need to make a motion.
for Mr. Henderson?
For Mr.
For
Henderson.
Mr. Henderson to be a lieutenant, yes,
Yeah,
we do.
EMS lieutenant. I'll make that motion.
No, second.
Been moved and supported that Jim Henderson Jr. be asked to serve as our EMS lieutenant. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. None opposed? He'll do well. And will do well because of him.
And I hope he'll be there temporarily.
Liquor inspector, I received a note from our liquor inspector on 2/29/20. The liquor inspection was complete for the month of February, and no violations were noted. All open establishments within the township were in compliance with the liquor laws. So no changes there. Business to attend to, the Manistee County Road Commission Millark Road contract. This has been ongoing for quite some time. Good news is it's going to be done this year. More good news is initially we're quite a ways from the original amount that was projected, or original cost that was projected for the township. In October of last year, they projected our cost to be $958 for our mile. And after the bids came in, it's only gonna be, I say only, but it's a reduction, $87,345 for our half of the mile.
20,000 less.
Mhm.
And you have a copy of the bids and work that's to be done, and Brown Township is on board with this, so first mile is gonna be completed. Brown Township had other projects in mind, so the north half mile or whatever it is not gonna be completed. But we're not gonna wait, we're gonna do this, been talking about this for a while. So I would entertain a motion to enter into an agreement with the County Road Commission to do 1 mile, 1/2 of 1 mile of Mill Arc Road for $87,345.
I'll make a motion that we enter into agreement with the Manistee County Road Commission to repair my 1/2 of 1 mile of my Lark Road at a cost of, an estimated cost of $87,345.
Second
It's been moved, supported that, excuse me, that Manistee Township enter an agreement with the Manistee County Road Commission to repair our half of the first mile of Mill Arc Road for an estimated cost of $87,345. Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
At the top, it says the length is 1.67 miles.
It is.
There's 3
In-
townships or 2 townships.
There's another mile on the other end of it.
Okay.
It says 2.67 over there. I'm sorry, I misspoke and said mile.
I believe there's a Nakama, Bear Lake, Brown, and us involved in
Correct.
this one. And
Nope,
Bear Lake abstained.
Right? So it's us and Brown.
So
that's in
we're doing
Brown.
the first 1.67 miles?
Correct.
And then the
Whatever,
last mile
somebody
north,
else- Somebody
some
else,
other day.
somebody else
They'll
is
do it another
responsible for it.
Okay,
Takes it to the township line on Mill Arc Road.
right,
And I said estimated because we do have a contingency.
sure. All right.
Been moved, supported. Any further discussion? You want a roll call?
Sure. Taylor is yes. Mr. Fino
Yes.
and Mr. Berquist.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'll take that completed contract when I get it from you, and I'll take it up to the road commission meeting on Monday, and they'll present it to the board. If you have it. Okay?
Let's talk about that.
Okay. All right. Another point of business is a veterans flags funding request. Is that in here?
Yes. Should have been, that was right there that says received.
Okay. United Veterans Council of Manistee is again making plans for Memorial Day observance, which will be held in Manistee Monday, May 25th. As in the past, we have contributed to the purchase of flags for our veterans' graves. We've done this for years. Last year's contribution was $600. What's your wishes?
I would make the motion that we contribute $600 to the United Veterans Council in this year, in 2020.
I'll support that.
It's been moved, supported that we contribute $600 towards the purchase of flags for the headstones of our veterans. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. None opposed? Carried, thank you. You received the synopsis of the February bills. If you had an opportunity to look at them. Costs a lot of money to keep rolling down the road, doesn't it?
Yes. Are there any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Um,
The motion to pay the bills is provided and received.
I'll second.
It's been moved supported that the bills be paid as provided and received. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. None opposed? Thank you very much. The clerk's office will be open tomorrow from 10 to 4, Saturday from 9 to 5, and Monday 9 to 4, to assist voters. Any other business that we have? I think that's, it's mandatory that they're open Saturday, but it's not mandatory that they're open tomorrow, so I think they're just doing an excellent job of trying to herd cats, is how I'll put it. Because just about the time they get everything lined up, the state said, no, we're gonna do this. So, they're having a difficult time, but I think they got their arms around it, and they're to be commended. The presidential primary election will be held Tuesday, March 10th, from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. here at the Township Hall. The Township Master Plan Public Input Session will be Wednesday, March 11th, 5:30 to 8 here at the Township Hall. Planning Commission will meet also on Wednesday, March 11th at 7 p.m. on this end of the hall. Board review, the appeals will be Wednesday, March 11th from 9 to 12, 1 to 4, and Thursday, March 12th from 2 to 5, 6 to 9 here at the Township Hall. The MTA is back in session again. They'll hold a meeting on March 25th at the Norman Township Hall. Planning Commission will meet April 1st here at the Township Hall. The next regular meeting of the Manistee Township Board will be here Thursday, April 2nd. And the Manistee Township Board of Appeals will meet Tuesday, April 7th, if there's an appeal. Is there an appeal at this point?
Not at this point.
Not at this point. Any other comment? The only comment I would like to make is that these people are doing their utmost to make sure everybody gets their opportunity to vote. I would have quit a long time ago. I appreciate it, and I thank Karen, Mother, Diane, for the work you're doing, and I hope the township residents appreciate it. Anything else? Motion's in order.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved, supported, we adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Thank you very much, you all, for coming.